Wednesday, February 12th, 2025, 8:20 a.m. Pain. What is pain? Well, pain is something in regard to physical pain that many allow to take over their lives and bring them down and to keep them down. I have a lot of experience with pain, physical pain. I've grown to actually thrive on pain. Because many times I will use pain, physical pain, as a catalyst in order to bring about that drive for more determination. And I use pain in a sense to bring forth more content. Pain can also be empathetic. And it pains me to bring forth the content that I'm going to bring forth today. Now, that will come after I finish this painful process today, of which is not typically painful, and the skies are cloudy. Can you hear them? Yep. We're supposed to have snow coming in about 1 p.m. today. Oh, hey. Oh, and I got my hands full. Okay, this is a different one. Huh. No idea what that is. And he is not on a direct course to Grand Rapids. So he could actually be circling around. I'm not seeing any kind of flashing lights on that guy. Huh. So anyways, yeah. So, okay, so even though we've seen that one, not too sure if he's part of the snowmaking machine program or not. Boy, these guys are waiting on me. But anyways, it just goes to show that, yeah, air activity just never ceases around here. So yeah, we'll continue on. I gotta get these guys taken care of. Like I said, we got this weather event that's supposed to be arriving in a few short hours. And of course, you know, it's all artificial. There's reasons for what they are doing, and you know, transparency and disclosures. You know, so many high hopes for this, that, and the other thing through this new administration, which we will be talking about. And you know, until they come clean with the air, you know, and stop clouding up the information of what's really going on, we won't know about a lot of other things, such as the real story behind UFOs, real stories pertaining to those and the military or military branches, and as well as, you know, these secret societies that are still hard at battle. And I don't care what Google says about the Illuminati being disbanded. No, they are still fighting strong. But now we've got, you know, the Knights Templar, or Templar Knights, however you want to coin that label or title, with a global Freemason society, in which Freemason society is military. Okay? You go back in American history, you go back in European history, it's all military, right? The Crusaders, the Knights, and you go back even further to the gods. I know, what's it all about? Warfare, warfare, warfare. Well, let's get talking about warfare. Yeah, we're getting there. Hang tight. I'm going to be adding to this once I get back up inside. You know why? Because pain has made me a little disgruntled, especially with some of the information that's come to me today, which I will be sharing with you. Hang tight. We'll be back. Alright, now that you've seen that screenshot, let's continue on from there. In which the time now is currently 9 a.m. Alright, as you know, I brought this book up many a times as resource material. And we are going back to this Freemason Society created handbook, as far as I see it, in my opinion. Because, once again, you do your research into King James and who his father was. They were linked to the Freemason Society at their period of time. So are you a Christian? Or, if you don't care for that label, are you a believer in this book? Are you a believer in the end time prophecies in this book? Are you a believer in what your authoritative personnel tells you about this book? In which I am speaking of pastors, preachers, priests, ministers, so on and so forth. Or do you take it upon yourself to let information about disinformation come to you without really having to dig into all that? Do you understand why this book was created with a beginning and an ending? Genesis through Revelation, instead of being written in chronological order, such as with the oldest book written, being that of Job. There's a reason. Okay? Now then, once again, as a believer in this book, or as one that has faith in the stories of this book, which you got to understand, most of these stories and whatnot, you know, a good majority, it is just writings from people, poetry, songs, you know, a little bit of so-called history, and a whole lot of theories, and a whole lot of dreams, visions, you know, so much mysticism, and, you know, and then you have to understand the division between the two so-called testaments, the Old and the New Testament, and all the changes that occurred with God. And I've tried to explain the stories here in Genesis about the creation of man in comparison to those stories much, much older about the Anunnaki and the Nephilim. Mm-hmm. To the, those ancient Sumerian stories, which a lot of people, they don't understand that those stories are made up of, four different groups of people. The Hittites and the Phoenicians and the Sumerians and one other group, which I'm kind of lost at the moment because I'm really anticipating through determination of what I want to really speak on. Okay? Because it concerns today. Now, did you let your religion, your beliefs, your faith guide you into politics? Did you partake in voting? Here we go. Did you vote for the Antichrist? Oh, wait. Don't get me wrong. Once again, let me explain. Christ is not in reference to Jesus, in my opinion. Christ, you go back to the Romans and Christos. It is speaking of authority, rulers, leaders. Okay? In this book, it speaks of the Antichrist. Okay? And I showed you the screenshot of what we're getting at. Revelation 20. Because you have to understand, at the bottom of the screenshot, what does it say? That Satan shall be loosed upon the earth for a season after, I'll just use the word downfall of the Antichrist. Once again, let me reiterate my belief that Donald Trump is in fact the Antichrist, as prophesied in this, okay? The Freemason book, of which, if you watched my playlist about Wake Up America, you should understand what the inauguration was all about. Donald Trump is the Antichrist because he is against the 1,000-year reign of Christ, which, well, just look at it as the Illuminati, the Democrat Party, if you will. Okay, and I'm just using the United States as an example, no other countries. Why? Because this book is what this country was founded upon. This book describes the Great Babylon in the end times, the wilderness in both the Old and New Testament is about this country. A lot of information is coming out now, historical information, such as, now I'm going, kind of branching off a little bit here. Cocaine found in mummies in Egypt. Cocaine is not a native plant in Africa, nor in that, in the whole region. No, it comes from South America. Okay? So now you have to understand that history has lied to us about who has actually been here in this country. And we have evidences of Egyptians being here. The great exodus into the wilderness. And they were chased by the Egyptians. So yes, there is a direct correlation between this book of Revelation and this country. Because once again, this book was the foundation of this country. That secret society created this country. And this is more of a lead into, the story of Lewis and Clark that I want to share. But more information keeps coming to back up what I want to share through that story. Because that's about the Freemason Society too. And the Knights Templar. Yeah. And about the things that were found, discovered, that were already known about, and what these past expeditions were really about. To find these lost artifacts of other ancient civilizations, to collect what they could and destroy the rest. We see this in old pictures of Chicago. Alright, so let's get back to Donald Trump, being that prophesized Antichrist. The peacemaker, right? First comes peace, but then through him comes war. Is it intentional? Possibly not. Because, well, when Satan is loosed after the downfall of the Antichrist, who is Satan? Well, where are we at right now with artificial intelligence? Who is pushing for this new heightened digital age that we are still entering into? Who is trying to become the crypto king? Who is trying to become, the peacekeeper of the world? Who's really pushing for, cryptocurrency? Everything digital. Who has decided to stop minting the penny? That's the first step right there. Okay? You look at everything that he is doing, and especially with Elon Musk, who is also mentioned. If you know this book the way that you're supposed to know it, then you will understand the code names related to the people of today in modern times. It was a book. This is a book of warnings. After the downfall of the Antichrist, who brings forth Satan in the form of AI. Now then, have you watched that interview with the so-called godfather of AI? If not, look it up. Go for the full interview. Now, mind you, he is the godfather, not the father of AI. Okay? The godfather. Understand what a godfather is. Okay? Now then, have you seen the most recent release video from the group Anonymous? And their warnings about Donald Trump? It sounds like it's coming, from the far left liberalists. No, I don't believe it is. It is coming from people like me that understands everything that I've been talking to you about. And I gotta say, other people are starting to share this warning because, wow, people are starting to wake up. And you know what? Well, it's your belief system that has led into this. Because you were too blind to really see what? The truth? No, you've seen the truth. But you have not seen the reality. And that is what I'm trying to bring to the table. And you know what? It seems to be catching on because more and more people are using that term rather than truth today. It's all about reality, and our reality is being changed. The skies are being changed. The history, you know. Okay, now we've got this is something else. Okay, Donald Trump sat there and stated, "For the people." It is because of the people that I am releasing the JFK files and all those other so-called assassination files. Did he release them to the people? No. No, first they're going to Congress so they can be reviewed. And then it's Congress that will release whatever they desire. See, it's never by, for, of, or of the people. No. We are the peons. We are the corporate slaves. It is the common man that has been held into servitude and slavery since the beginning of time, as we know it. But it's no longer with whips and chains and, except for those, underground things that we have been hearing of. No, no, we've been put into a system of slavery through employment, through education, the programming since birth. I told you people, pain brings out the best in me. The determination, the drive to bring forth what nobody really wants to hear. Why? Because it's real. Go ahead. You can go ahead and say, Morgan, you're not telling the truth. No, I'm being real. Because truth changes as evidence is applied. And I am trying to be real with truth and applying my evidences towards reality so people can really start to see. Do you think these shiny objects that I've attempted to record in the sky are there for no reason? Do you think that they are a planet, a star? No. I'm watched for specific reasons and purposes, and I'm here for specific reasons and purposes, and believe you me, it's not my cup of tea. Guess that's why I drink coffee. Oh yeah, that's supposed to be going up in price too, just like eggs, bananas, everything else. Because of this restructuring. But Satan shall be loosed for a season. AI has already been set free, but it will really make its presence known within the next couple of years. And as I've stated, if you know this book, then you want to understand that the tribulation period was about Donald Trump. 7 years. Okay? He spent 4 years as president. This term, according to this book, it will be 3.5 years. Because him and his prophet, the lion, Elon Musk, that's why they're rushing to do so much so quick. And of course, it is behind that little narrative of, well, the president, even though he's got 4 years, has to get everything done within the first 2 years because of blah, 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 right? Have you heard that narrative? Donald Trump only has 3.5 years. Whether he really understands all of this or not, if he is actually playing along with his playbook, or if he is actually clueless, I don't know. But with him being a Gemini, I'm a Gemini, I can understand and relate quite well to Don the Destroyer. And it pains me to actually, you know, speak out against this guy. I'm not really speaking out against him. I'm just explaining his role in all of this. Just like I tried to explain Obama being the beast. After all, his armored limousine held the name the beast. Okay? But with all these code names, there's more than just, one definition, because it also speaks of the administration, the beast administration, the system of the beast, the mark of the beast. Oh, and as far as the mark of the beast and everybody, oh yeah, it's a microchip implant or it's a tattoo, and all this. Well, gee, huh? Have you heard the latest about all the animals that were microchipped by a company for years and years and years, and all of a sudden this company just gone? And now these microchips, all the information, and oh yeah, big issue. Just a slight example of what will happen when technology should all of a sudden go down. When the internet, it's just a small example of what will happen when the internet goes down. Just like when a company decides to all of a sudden close its doors with no warning and they got a product out there that everybody relies on. And now, what happened? Now all these people out there with their pets that have microchips have to go through a new company, new microchips. Oh yeah, and they keep wanting to tell us, oh yeah, my technology is going to, help advance humans. We're going to be cancer free. We're going to, through AI, we're going to solve the mysteries of the universe and this, that, and the other thing. And well, once again, take heed to those warnings about AI. And if you're an investor in AI, cryptocurrency, um, anything to deal with today's technology and the advancements thereof, you're just helping the prophecies out. Yeah, you're helping AI. And let me tell you what right now. I mean, AI is. I mean, I've got so much evidence now of AI infiltrating my phone. My phone is operating so much slower these days, and I've noticed, other things occurring with my phone that I've never had issues with before. And YouTube, the platform, wow. I had to update my Google Play Store app. What's that? In turn I had to update YouTube. I can't stand YouTube anymore. I cannot stand, you know, the fact that, okay, here, let's throw this out there. See, it's how, I'm out there kind of ranting and raving. I had a video taken down because of claims of against me of medical misinformation. Have you guys been paying attention to these sponsored ads that keep popping up, popping up, popping up, popping up, unless, of course, you pay for premium YouTube and you don't have these ads popping up? Well, look at all these health ads. Oh yeah, hey, you've been told wrong. This is the way to lose weight. Take this. Okay, now we got all these other, medical related sponsored ads, and well, I sense a lot of misinformation and disinformation within these ads that I've watched. Medical misinformation regarding dietary and nutrition and fitness, even products, advice. Oh, but YouTube's playing right along. It's generating revenue, right? Well, they're doing everything because they know that their days are numbered. And that's another reason why I have to speak out today. And it's just too bad that more people are not sharing my content, my warnings, because you know what? I'm not the only person out there that is warning. I am just going to the sources. Now, I am going to provide one link and let you guys go from there. Otherwise, yeah, I've stated what I've stated. And yeah, and let's just go ahead and follow up. This is my monocular, my scope that I bought a few years ago as an attachment to my phone so I could zoom in. And well, this is the attachment that goes onto the eyepiece, and it broke. Cheap plastic, It got cold, and just because of the coldness, it snapped. And I've only used this, but a handful of times. So the last time that I had actually used this, I was holding it right up to the lens. So now my thoughts is that if these objects keep appearing, and I have all these other strange anomalies or paranormal, supernatural occurrences, encounters, observations, well, I guess I might have to just invest some money into an actual high quality camera or recording device. Yeah, because this still did not zoom in like I would have liked. And it's awkward. I mean, even though it's not all that big, it is heavy. It is awkward when it's attached to the camera. It was allowing exterior light to come in too much, and so there was glare. Yeah. So, well, people, whether you like my content or don't like my content, let me know. Should I continue on with my sky observations? Because if I don't continue on with sky observations, I don't continue on with a lot of other content. It's all connected, people. You gotta understand that. So, I'm gonna leave you with that. I'll leave you with a link to click. Check it out. And once again, seek out that full interview with the godfather of AI. Seek out that latest warning from Anonymous about Donald Trump. But above all, think for yourselves.